Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that brief break. Now, we're going to dive in a little bit more. Do men really need to be chased, or is that a myth?
You said chased?
Yes.
Well, if you got to chase them, that mean they running.
Yeah. I put my Nikes on to work out.
You know what? I don't think that men need to be chased, but I do feel that men need to be appreciated.
That's a good point. And what does appreciation look like?
I get that to another brother on the
Speaking to the king in him, championing him, encouragement. I think a man is like a boxer. He knows it when he's working or in society, he gonna get hit. He gonna get hit in the ring. But when he goes home, when he's on the phone, he's in the corner. You don't expect to get beat up too. That's when you should get bandaged and dealt with the bruises and told that you're a champion. Go back out there, champ. You got another round and you keep on going. So I think he's got to be like that. He's got to be celebrated. And we got an ego at the end of the day.
That goes back to when Cherie mentioned earlier about peace. We hear people say peace all of the time. Men want peace, but do men give peace as well?
Not all.
They can get peace.
But I guess when I hear people say chase, it's just a negative connotation to say courtship. You want to be treated in a certain way. You're going to show up and be the example that you want to receive. Like, I'm going to love on you. I'm going to talk to you just like he said. I talk to the king because I don't want the fool. So I'm not going to talk to the fool. Say likewise with women. You're going to talk to the queen because you really don't want the B.I., the rest of the letters. But you have to know that it's in all of us. It's two different ones. But who are you going to speak to? So if I'm not speaking to you in a harsh, demeaning, angry attitude, this say type of way, if I can sit down and say to you, baby, that wasn't right, and I didn't like it, can we not do that no more? Can we do this instead? I'm sure he's going to hear that instead of, why you do this? And what? He's going to hear me differently because that's the way I want him to come to me when I'm in my wrong. Do it with care and do it with love. I'm not chasing. I am showing you, and through courtship and communication, how I love to be treated, and you're showing me the same thing. If it means I got to put my Nikes on and go work out with you and I really don't want to, I'm going to put them on. If that's part of chasing, then I guess I'm chasing because I'm being flexible and I'm adjusting and I'm adapting to the things that I know the man that I'm dating likes. I don't like wrestling, but I'll go because they got a couple of black people in that ring now, and I'm pro-black. But I'm going to go to support my people. It's no different than anything that a gentleman may like.
You're not chasing.
You're not chasing.
It's he that findeth, but what you saying is she that positioneth.
You got to be in position to be seen.
Position.
And his glasses got to be clean. So he can see me.
Wait, mine's
You got to see those glasses.
When you say chasing,
It's a difference between chase and pursuit.
yeah.
Chase indicates that somebody's running or fleeing. A pursuit, they're not running away. So it's the difference between just chasing and pursuing. If somebody running from you, let them run from you.
So should women pursue men, or are men should they pursue the women?
No, be present. It's a different P.
Yeah. I
Just
think
be
you lose
present.
the polarity when you start to
I
chasing
just
them.
said that earlier. I'm getting my Ruth work on because Ruth was busy. She was doing her thing. She wasn't chasing Boaz. You just saw her doing her thing.
And notice she was in the field.
She was
You got to
out
find
there.
your particular field. What's your field of expertise? The person who you want to find you is going to already be in that field or in proximity to that field.
Or he might own the field.
Good. Come on now.
Alignment.
Like Boaz did.
There are a lot of people that are emotionally unavailable. Why do we romanticize people that are emotionally unavailable?
We adore those who ignore us, and we ignore those who adore us. That's kind of what it is. It's the there we go back to the chase. Can I get this particular person's interest?
Yeah, it's a seduction aspect to it. When a man is emotionally unavailable to a woman, sometimes it can translate to no woman's getting that. I can be the one that gets that. It's not like he's just spreading his emotions all over the place. He's not. He's clearly showing he doesn't have that type of connection in his life. And women are natural nurturers. I can get them where you need to be. I can, water them a little bit. Women are natural coverers. To your last question, a woman that's in her natural state is going to cover the house. The relationship going to be covered. She's not going to let outside influences come in and disturb the peace. She ain't going to let your family come in and disrupt the house. She's not going to let people blow your phone up and pull you out the house and deplete the resources in your pockets or deplete the resource. She's going to cover you and say, nah, we're going to let your mama figure that out on her own. Mm-hmm. Your mama don't need you with this. She got this. A woman's going to cover a man in that way, which allows him to really enjoy that peace. That's what we want. We want
Where
peace.
these women at?
Well, I got one in my house.
Yeah, you know what?
I got one in my house.
Thank God for you. But listen,
You cannot ask for peace if you out
Let her
here.
duplicate
no.
her for some of the
Create
brothers.
listen. I love my sister
Clone
Janelle,
her.
but Janelle, you was talking about an alien. You was talking about an alien.
Or a unicorn.
Well,
Or not meant for you.
alien. But listen, no, think about it. A lot of brothers will say that they just haven't ran into nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Did they run into it and run past it?
Well,
Went through it?
They could have.
Of course, women gonna say that.
Well, of course, you asked
Women gonna say
where
that.
they at.
You know
I'm
what?
giving you the information.
We can
You know
say
what?
the same thing about
And
where
guess
the-
what?
where the
That's
men-
why I'm not about to say this one though.
But you gonna say
That's why men and let's just say brothers. That's why brothers and women are looking for alternative cultural positioning. Alternative cultural positioning.
No, he didn't.
So
No.
guess what?
Have
Guess
at
what? Instead of Wesley Snipes, you may get it Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. What
Instead
is
of
going on this panel?
no, really, because right
He's
now,
talking about dating outside of your
there are alternatives to black on black dating,
When haven't
Wow.
there been?
huh?
When haven't there been?
Oh no,
There's always been an alternative.
no.
You
No.
just decided to choose the
McKinney Cook.
alternative
No.
when something happens.
No. Jack Johnson had the issues that a brother don't have today.
Can you define for me what it is that you feel like you're getting from these other cultural experiences that you're not getting from women?
Well, you know what? I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to be real.
Yeah.
You know what? Listen, I have women that talk to me and guys I do business with that are not black women. I'm not saying you won't find a good black woman, but from what I hear,
Can you say that again?
I'm not saying you won't find a good black woman.
Thank you.
But at the same time, you know what? Just like there are some women who have said, I'm tired of what I've went through with black men, let me go give Julio or Rodriguez a chance.
Why they gotta
So,
be Julio and Rodriguez and you get
I
the
just
other
two names. So, or Shaka Zulu, whatever you want to say. So listen.
Red.
So guess what? A man.
Apologize. Peter.
I'm landing my plane to answer your question. There have been men who say that women who are outside of their race, African American women, treat them better.
But in your personal experience, can you tell me what is it that you have experienced from another woman of another culture that you have not experienced from a black woman? And there's no right or
Okay.
wrong answer. I'm
Well-
truly just
well,
asking
for me-
for understanding.
For me, I've had good black women. So I can't sit up here and say that I've dated other women. To me, I believe that a black woman is enough. However, all you gotta do is turn on the news and whatever. I mean, you see it, the athletes, the guys downtown, everywhere. So I mean, I guess what is it about other races that make black men say black women not enough?
Well, black
That's
men,
what she just
hold on.
asked you, but you didn't answer it.
Black men have had an impact on black women that have.
I apologize.
Hold on. Black men have had an impact on black women that have made black women what they are today. Other women ain't had to deal with a man like us, so they haven't grown into the black women that we have. Our women had to be independent. Our women had to fight things and go through things that other women haven't had to go through, and a lot of that is our fault. And we're holding them to a standard that
Who
other
you say-
women
who
have
fault you
never
say
had
it
to go
is?
through.
Say it again, because that was a word. You said it's who fault?
It's our fault.
Or as in who?
The protector, black men.
Okay.
We are the protectors and provider of our women. Of course, we've gone through things in this country that has made it very difficult. However, at this level and at this stage and at this time, we have to accept responsibility and grow our community the way that we want it to be, instead of discarding women saying they're not good enough.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
But guess what we do? We
I
yet
get
hold
that.
out and we yet love the black man.
I get
We
that.
yet are always there to support and have the back of the black, even if they desire Becky.
Why do you think a lot of brothers who are high earners or whatever they say about the, come up with that high value man, whatever, I don't necessarily get that.
Statistically, men
why
that make
do-
100,000 or more are
why
married
do
to black
they-
women.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
Even
that's the
to-
data.
Like
even
the- like
today,
the- like the-
$100,000 is not a
No, but
lot
I'm
of
saying,
money to some people.
but I'm saying even above that,
Okay,
like
but
statistically, the
Why
statistics
do
conflict with
they-
that.
I would like to hear from a woman on the panel. Why do brothers like that don't pick you all?
You can't be talking to me because they talk to me all the
Okay,
time. I just turn them down.
I'm just saying
So you just-
overall.
You talk
Who
to me, you
are
ask
who
somebody
is
gets
to
easy.
decide who picks who? You saying that they
ain't
can
true.
do
I
whatever
ain't
they
getting
want
picked.
to. Everybody has the right to choose
You can
what they
choose.
We're not
want.
going to answer that question.
How do I know why they picking somebody?
The data conflicts with that question because it's not true. It's not true. It's what we see because we're seeing it on TV, but statistically, men that make over 100,000 and more are married to black women. That's the data. That's the data.
But I guess my other question also is like, is the tolerance for women of another culture expanded more than it is for a black woman?
Absolutely.
And I have never dated outside my race, so that's why I'm asking. I still haven't been able to, like you hear these red pill podcasts and things like that, but I still haven't really been able to hear the specific things other than like submission and things like that. And I know that there are definitely black women who still believe in submission and those types of things. That's why I'm trying to see like what are the particulars.
Yeah, we still want you to answer that. What
Well-
is it from your experience?
Well, you know what? Again, for the record, I date black women. Have I had some cross-cultural experiences? Yes, I have.
Okay,
However, when I'm talking to my friends, and if we being real about it, you may hear, yes, the woman over here have less mouth. I don't particularly believe that, okay? I'm telling you what I've heard from men. I have a private practice, 2 different offices, buku clients. So, and they come in and tell me, and 2, they will say that the other women are more sexually open than a black woman. Do I believe that personally? No. But I'm just telling you from what I've heard from the masses.
So what you said was they can particularly treat you better. My question to you specifically is what is better?
What is
He
better?
just told you.
Yeah,
they
better.
don't talk and they like to have
Oh,
a
so
lot
you
of
ain't
sex
never-
without
you fine.
limitation.
So-
you gotta hear when they talk.
I heard
He
what you
said
said.
Again,
He would rather have
again,
a dummy
again,
head with
please.
open legs, and he
But-
would love that.
Brother, is it
Stop
said
saying
they
me
can't
though.
cook?
I'm not saying me. I didn't
You
have.
said your clients come and share this with
I'm
you.
just saying, men I talk to and what have you, I date black women. Janelle, you've been knowing me for years. You ain't seen me with nothing to them black.
No.
You said
So-
you had cross-country, man.
I said
But cross-cultural
cross-cultural
experiences don't necessarily
Yeah,
mean
not
you're in a
relationships.
That's like
a
going to Europe or
full-blown
something, right?
relationship.
Yeah.
Right, you can go
Traveling to
travel
Europe, get
and
off the
visit and
airplane.
see.
Yeah,
Is that what you
It
want?
doesn't
Is that what you meant?
That's what
What I'm
That's
saying
how
is
I
that,
took it.
yes, I've been intimately involved.
Exactly.
However,
You
my
had
preference, my preference is black women.
Okay, good. All right.
Not,
he said experiences.
Yeah. Now,
Experience can mean
yeah.
coffee,
But,
tea, or
right.
play.
Well, yeah.
I was a little concerned for a
Well,
second.
but at the same time, we try to do a blind ear and eye sometimes to what the culture is saying and what's happening. These black athletes, not just athletes, but lawyers, doctors downtown, they were bred by a black woman, but they still choose other.
Let's
But
switch
you
it
don't know
up.
the home dynamic that they might have came up in. You don't
Yeah,
know
you're
the
right.
way they were, what community they came up in, where they may feel more comfortable because that's all they saw.
Let's
And that's
switch
all
it
they
up a
were
little
around.
bit. Home dynamic. How do childhood patterns influence who we date as adults?
my wife comes from a culture of marriage. She has a huge family. It's like 400 of them, like literally, and almost everybody in her family is married. It's hard to find somebody that's not married in her whole family. So she was kind of, she was born and raised with that type of outlook about relationships and marriage. Mm-hmm. Me, I come from a pretty broken family that don't have family reunions, I come, almost raised by wolves. My mother did a great job, but it was almost raised by wolves in comparison to my wife. So how we end up together, because we could be no more different. We don't even see color the same. I don't know what's wrong with her eyes, but we don't even see the same color when we're looking at the same thing. But how you're raised and the family dynamic is important, because you're going to bring that into the relationship. Fortunately for me, what prison did for me, with me, spending time, with myself and repairing some of my childhood trauma, I didn't bring a lot of that garbage into my relationship. I came out of prison. I know that sounds crazy, but I came out of prison ready, and I did the work on myself while I was in there.
How did you do that?
Well, I did a lot of reading, did a lot of studying, did a lot of introspection and reflection. Tracing all of my bad habits back to my earliest memory of childhood. I wanted to know, like, why do I do certain things? Why, where did these habits come from? And I talk about it in my book. It's called Better Not Broken, how I laid on the bunk every night and traced things back to my childhood, and I made peace with it. I forgave myself. I forgave other people that had done things to me. I went through a process of forgiveness and worked my way all the way up to the present date in order to be the man that I am right now. I had to literally make peace with so much. Even things that wasn't my fault. I still had to forgive myself, because sometimes we allow things to happen and we blame ourselves. We beat ourselves up for years. Like, man, I should have did this. I shouldn't have let that happen. You have to make peace with yourself with those things before you join in with somebody else in a relationship.
And you've been in a long-term relationship. Can you guys tell me, what's the most common mistake that we make during long-term relationships?
Assuming somebody can read your mind.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I have all these things in my head and you should know, and I'm going to be mad at you for not knowing.
Or setting them up for failure.
The unspoken expectations that you talked
Like
about earlier.
I'm coming home from like a podcast, and I've been out all day. You ain't cooked nothing for dinner. Well, you ain't cooked nothing. But that ain't nothing that was even expressed or something that you do, but I already set you up, because now that was an expectation that I wanted. And when I come in the house, I'm going to be mad at you because you ain't do what I think you should have done.
Are you looking at this end of the table because we've been quiet?
I think most people, I think a relationship is like boarding an airplane. Too much baggage is going to cost you. And a lot of times we have not differentiated baggage from garbage. A lot of times we're carrying the garbage from yesteryear or what other people have done to us or what we've done to them, and now we feel like because we did it to them or they did it to us that the next person's going to do that. And so now we're punishing the next person for the last person. And until we heal from that, it's like what Dr. Sigmund Freud said. He said, we are in adulthood, we have experience in childhood. It's what Dr. Joy DeGroy talked about in her book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. Until we heal from the vestiges of our past, we have to unwrap and unpack that ancestral baggage, because we'll continue to pass that down from generation to generation. And now as a result, we bleed on people who didn't cut us.
So true. We talked about a little bit of having fun with people, Otis.
He said, somebody coming to see me, Otis. Ain't nobody think about
Nobody
you.
come to see Otis.
That's a lie.
He already told us he been up to two.
How do you spot someone that's for you versus someone that's just for fun?
Can you repeat that?
How do you spot someone that's for you versus someone that's just for fun?
At this point in your life, you don't. It's either one or the other right now for me. It's one. I don't want any more fun. I want substance.
You want some fun in there too now.
Well,
Let's go see, can it be
well,
both?
Get it
well,
both. Get
well,
all you supposed to
well,
get.
well, if the question was how do you spot something, right? That, you know, my radar for spotting fun don't work no more. So my radar now means that if I'm not going to have something of substance, and then it's not for me.
I agree. That's
How do you
nice.
get to that point?
You get to-
You know, I got 2 daughters. And every time I look at them, I'm there. And I want the best for them. But at the same time, I made a promise to myself probably about 6 years ago, and it was no more trails. I don't want to leave any more trails of brokenheartedness, no more trails of women thinking a certain way. And God has blessed me with too much and too many things. And I got somewhat of a recognizable name in Detroit. That's not what I want to be known for. Right, yeah.
I love that.
So I believe,
trails.
Tiffany, that long-term relationships come with no nonsense. You decide that you want to be, you want to be in an intimate relationship with one person. And so that's what you do. So, you know, it carries on, and everything just falls into place once you make that decision.
How much should intuition guide us versus logic and love?
Some of the best advice that I have ever gotten in life has been from my father. And it was, if you take your emotions out of it, does it still make sense? Only because for me, there has been times where my emotions have been fleeting, or emotions can change from time to time, but logically, if it still makes sense, then it's still probably good for you. So that's what I lead myself by, because we do that in everything else in life. We do that in business. We do that in our faith. We do that in all these other things. So, yeah.
We have one more question, and then we're going to go into our rapid fire section. What's one dating rule everyone should break and one they should never break?
First of all, who made the rules?
You
One
did.
dating,
always
yeah, I
thought
make the
that too.
rules, so I guess I get to break them when I choose it necessary to
Rules
break
are made to be
them.
broken, huh?
And then I get to stick with the others. I guess it's really upon you and what you decide. I guess one of the rules are, you know, nothing on the first date. I guess if that's a rule for you, that's a rule for you. If you choose to break it, that's your choice. But you can't be mad if the other person don't align with that rule.
For me, it would be my faith. My faith is pretty much my foundation for everything that I have built in life. So that's the one thing that I don't feel like I could part from. But one thing that I would say, it's a little bit of a contradiction, because you still have to be open to, like we've all said, there's people who have different life experiences, different outtakes and things like that. So you still have to be open to experiencing people of different walks of life and compromise or exchange and things like that. So
I think the rule that should never be broken is making sure that there's a safe space. Both people should know that this is, as long as we're dating, this is a safe space. The rule that should always be on the table to be broken is putting time frames on things. Say, well, I'm gonna date them for 90 days, and if I don't like them, I ain't gonna do. No, you may learn in 15 days that you should run.
Right.
So I think time frame should be the thing that, you know, you may meet somebody and deal with
That's
them for
good.
several months and say, this is the person I want to marry, and I really don't want to wait. You know, we've learned, we've looked at each other's finances. I see, we know we're compatible. Let's move forward mightily. You don't have to say, well, we're going to date for a year, we're going to get engaged, and then we're going to be engaged for a year, and then we're going to get married. You don't have to stick to time frames. You can break those rules if it works for you.
I'd say, I think the rule that should be broken is the one that's just your type. And sometimes your type is the reason why you're single. And so I think you shouldn't just be so focused on your type. You should be focused on your kind. If you are the kind of person, what kind of person do you want? What kind of person are you looking for? Are you actually that kind of person that you also want as well? And then I think the one that should possibly be broken is gender roles. And, I think we've gotten to a certain degree of the changing.
I don't have to take out the
fluidity.
trash, do I?
Nah,
Never.
But if you was by yourself, you would.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't mean that the woman always has to cook. If the man is better cook than her, or if, he just wants to step in and just say, hey, let me take the load
Should
off
she
of you.
propose to you?
Oh, none of that.
No,
Okay.
we can't. Then it can't be the blanket
I
thing.
can't
Because I was gonna say this
even
certain
understand
examples.
So what-
Gender role, there's some elements in gender roles that
There's
are
some times
applicable
where
and
it's
things are
not
not.
applicable.
Things are not.
So what elements specifically are you thinking?
More so, I'm talking about things in regard to tactical things around the house. So, in a relationship, does he always have to do this? Does she always have to do that? It may be the fact that she makes more money. Then what? And she may be a better steward of her finances. Do you feel a certain way to where you are envious of her, or you got to compete with her, or you got to put her down because she may be the breadwinner? She may give you an allowance. Then what?
Then what?
Oh,
I don't like that.
I want to break my baby off
Switching up.
$1,500.
I want to break my baby off.
Then what?
I think, what about if we still want to be traditional and not go 50-50, and the man is the provider?
What?
Well, I mean, those. I think every man's intention should be the provider.
Ooh,
It should be.
Absolutely.
He should want to provide. There are brothers who possibly cannot. And in this day and time and age, we got women who are making more money than men.
So they should get allowances?
If that's what she want to do.
Break
That's
my
what she
baby
want to
off.
do.
If that's what you both
Because
want to do. 'cause
provider
it's still
doesn't
two
always
people.
necessarily mean transactional as far as financial. Provider can be other ways.
Right.
that your
Doesn't always
man
have to be financial.
provides
You know,
for you.
Right.
Right.
I provide a meal.
This,
Could be that.
And protection.
the rule that should never be broken, I think that if you're taking a woman out, she should feel safe. If you're going into a restaurant, I don't think you should go in a restaurant. You should wait for her. Make sure she's parked safe. Make sure she's safe and all that. And I was the guy I used to date. I'd be calling like, I'm here. And finally, this one lady said, one young lady said, hey, I would appreciate if you would wait. So that was a lesson learned. And in terms of 50-50, I believe that a man, if he's capable, should pay all the bills. I think he should take care of everything in the house. I think there should be a arrangement where if you need her money, and I would get, like when I was married and my wife made more money than me, but I still paid for almost everything, right? And my uncles and my cousins would, we would talk about that and they would belittle me, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just the way I just really believe that, and nothing against our folks, I'm an entrepreneur. So what I don't kill, I don't eat, I have to work. So if this woman has helped me, my business grow and things of that nature, I think that I'm supposed to do for her,
Absolutely.
right? So that's just my thinking.
Absolutely. So we're going to go into our rapid fire questions. We're going to start from left to right, and then we'll go right to left.
We don't know what question we're going to get.
Finish this sentence. We're starting with Otis. Finish this sentence. I stay attracted to people who?
I stay attracted to people who,
Rapid fire.
I stay attracted to people who display good vibes and ethical character.
Rapid fire.
Oh, it's the same question?
Yeah.
Same question.
Oh, I stay attracted to people who love me and love others in a passionate way.
I stay attracted to people that's my wife.
Good answer.
Right. Lock that T.
I stay
Can I
attracted to
change my
people who love me and love God first, and who takes the responsibility for me and our relationship.
I stay attracted to people who are integral and intentional.
I stay attracted to people who are good for my mental health and my nervous system.
I stay attracted to people who help me build me while I'm building me, and we build each other through intelligence and through several interactions, no matter if it's play, Otis.
Starting with Janelle, one word that describes your ideal partner.
Intelligent.
Purposeful.
Integral.
Godly.
Resilient.
Protective.
Empathetic.
One word that describes your worst dating experience. Starting with Otis.
That's crazy.
Bad teeth.
That's 2 words.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Teephasis.
Too fast.
Stalker.
Women.
That might need a few
I know, I want
words.
some more words.
I tried to tighten it up.
Catfish.
Ooh.
This looks like it's going to be intense.
Irresponsible.
Obsessive.
Chemistry or compatibility. Pick one.
Are we starting this in?
Oh, it's supposed to start with
Janelle,
me.
Oh, Janelle.
chemistry or compatibility. Pick one.
Compatibility.
Chemistry.
Compatibility.
Chemistry.
Compatibility.
Chemistry.
Compatibility.
One love mistake you'll never repeat.
Can you repeat that?
One
One
mistake.
love mistake that you'll never repeat.
You.
Rapid fire.
Okay. Quick decisions.
Giving too much.
Selfishness.
I'll say giving too much.
Not valuing myself.
Judging the package before opening the gift.
It's supposed to be one word or a statement? 'Cause you said
Statement
that.
is fine.
A statement is fine? Okay. Recognizing I don't deserve the negative.
One habit that sabotages love.
Anger, unresolved anger.
Selfishness.
Assumptions.
Anger.
Emotional instability.
Emotional unavailability.
Mouth.
Red flag you ignored too long, Otis. Red flag you ignored too long.
Mouth.
Financial instability.
People make time for what they want to make time for.
I pass.
Emotional instability.
Friendships with their ex.
Ooh.
Saucy.
Men who don't love their mothers.
Green flag you didn't recognize at first.
A green flag I did not recognize at first. The way they love.
Patience and nurturing.
Perspective.
Their family ties.
Respect.
I don't think I know one of those. I recognize those.
Bad parenting.
Peaceful love or passionate love, what's non-negotiable?
What'd you say?
Peaceful love or passionate love, what's non-negotiable?
So you
Oh,
mouth.
Can you repeat that question? He threw me off with his mouth. I'm sorry.
Peaceful love or passionate love, what is your non-negotiable?
I'm go-
Catch him last. He don't
Yeah,
know right
no.
now.
neither one is non-negotiable. I want both.
Peaceful love is non-negotiable because I can't get where I need to get if it's not peaceful.
Passionate love.
I want both.
Peaceful love, non-negotiable. Peaceful love and passionate love.
Peaceful or passionate?
She cheating. She's supposed to be a rabbit.
I know. And I had time to think, okay, I want both
Yes,
because I could get to one with the other, so I can't do without both.
yes.
There you go.
4.
The most
I agree,
underrated
both.
quality in a partner.
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
What is the most
The
underrated?
most underrated quality in a partner.
The ability to laugh together.
I would say mouth, but I'm going to go with mindset.
Self-awareness.
Finances.
Compromise. Seeing their compromise.
Compassion.
Honesty.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Thrive and Rise with Tiffany. We hope today's discussion has inspired you to grow, connect, and thrive in your personal and professional life. To further your journey of self-discovery and empowerment, we invite you to explore the Know Thyself book series designed to deepen your understanding of self-awareness and personal growth. If this episode moved you, drop a flex biceps in the comments and share how you've kept rising in your own journey. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe because great info like this needs to be heard. Stay connected with our Thrive Tribe for more empowering episodes, and as always, keep thriving with Tiffany.
Are you ready to rise above the noise, reclaim your power, and walk boldly in your purpose? This is Thrive and Rise with Tiffany, the podcast that's more than just talk. It's a movement.
Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback, and I'm here to walk with you through every chapter.
Join Tiffany Tilley, visionary, author, advocate, and overcomer as she sits down with dynamic leaders, everyday heroes, and purpose-driven changemakers who are thriving against the odds, with real conversations on healing, growth, and faith, to bold strategies for leadership, legacy, and impact. This is your space to be inspired, empowered, and equipped. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, or any major podcast platform. And remember,
Come for the inspiration, stay for the community. Keep thriving with Tiffany.